Hey guys, my name is Akbar. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about a few basic things about a Python, okay, Python fundamentals. So let's understand what is the definition of a Python. So Python is a high-level, interpreted and general-purpose programming language, which is developed by this guy, Rosum, at first released in 1991. So it's a really a user-friendly. If you know the basics of English, that's more than enough to proceed with the Python. So let's see how you're gonna do the installation of Python basically. Okay. Installation of Python on Windows 10. So you just go to the link python.org, go to downloads, go to Python 3.1.4. Okay. So this is how you need to install. You just need to click on it and the .exe file will be downloaded. Then once you are done with that, once you execute it, once you proceed with the next, go to your CMD, go to your command prompt. Let's see the basic thing. You can click on run as administrator. Once that is done, so how to verify Python is installed or not? Python hyphen version. So 3.1.4, this is what I've shown you here, right? So 3.1.4. So apart from this, I've installed a Visual Studio on my machine, which I have basically. So this is my first Python. So before I execute the first Python, let's have some quick walkthrough about Python, how the things works and all. Let's understand the variable. What is a variable and data types? What is a variable? Variable is like a container used to store a data in a program. You can think of it as a label attached to a value. For example, this is your value, this is your variable. When you try to print a variable, actually it is going to print a value. That's how it is. In this example, I have given as a name as an Akbar, age as a 30, height as a 5.9, is author true. So if you take this a sample program and try to print it, I'm going to get the same output. So I have some sample programs on my Visual Studio, which is already there. So I'm going to execute this. So what is this? This is the first Python program. So what I'm going to do, print, there is some statement. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do teaching Python for YouTube students. Okay, so whenever I am going to give something within the inverted commas, that will be considered as a characters. Now print, if I give 350 plus 250 within the inverted commas, again that will be considered as a string. So I don't want to give that as a string. I want to give that as a numbers. So I have to close it. Now this will be considered as an integer. So now the name here I will say, I'll remove this and we'll say as YouTube students learning Python. Okay, so this is a value I've given for my variable. If I print, if I say print, this is I'm use print name. What is actually gonna print? This is YouTube students learning Python. What is the age? It's number 23. What is this? Now let's print name means actual value of name, actual value of age, actual value of price. Now what is a type? Type is considered as a data type. What is this? Name is considered as, it's a string, right? It's a characters. So that will be considered as a string. Now, what is this? This is an integer, which means the numbers. What is this 25.99? This is a floating value. So let's see and go ahead and execute this. Let me clear the stuff over here, whatever is there. So Python dot first py. So I'm going to click on execute. So first thing I got a statement, teaching Python for YouTube students, teaching Python for YouTube students. What is the next is number. Print 350 plus 250. What is the total value? 600. Okay. Now next, I've given the variables, right? Name, age, price. I've printed those variables. What is that name? YouTube students learning Python. YouTube students learning Python. What is the age? 23. What is the price? 25.99. Now then what is a data type? Data type is a name, age and price. What is a name? Name is something characters, which is a string. If you have some number, it is integer. If you have some decimal value, that will be considered as a float. For example, here, if I edit, if I say student 1, student 01, okay. Now if I save it, if I just click on run, before running, I just want to clear the screen and run it. Now what's happening? Let's see the output. So student 1 came, right? Now teaching Python for YouTube students. Here I want to change it. Just mention as teaching Python. Teaching Python, I have to close within the inverted commas. Okay, let's see if I'm gonna clear it again. The changed output is coming or not. Let's execute it. Yeah, teaching Python, student 01. This is like 350 plus 250. Now I'll give here 10 plus 20. Is this gonna work or not? Let's see. Fantastic. 10 plus 20, 30. For example, imagine this is the integers, right? Now if I'm giving it as a within the inverted commas, how it gonna work? Either it's gonna consider that particular input as a integer, or it's gonna take that input as a string. Let's understand. If you give something, anything within the inverted commas, that it will take as it is, which means it will consider as a string. Now, earlier we got an output as 10 plus 2 as a 10 plus 20 as a 30. Now when I give something within inverted commas, 10 plus 20 within the inverted commas, it won't consider as an integer. Python will consider this as a string and will give me the output called 10 plus 20 as it is. Let's see. Let me gonna execute this. See, Python has not considered this as an integer. It has considered as it is a value. Okay. Now, for example, if I am giving age within the inverted commas, let's see. Now, print type age, earlier it has came as for a what for us? Integer, because it was without inverted commas. I am giving now with inverted commas. Earlier it came as an integer. Now my expectation is it should come as a string. See? Now the Python is considering something input if you are giving, even though if it is an integer, if you are giving within a quotes, that will be considered as a string. Whatever it is, even if it is a float, if you give within a quotes, that is again considered as a string only. See, all the three is considered as a string. Why? Because you have given within the quotes. Within the quotes, Python take as it is considering as a string. If I remove those quotes, inverted commas, then it will consider as a integer and float. Now, if I run it back again, see now the first one is a string, the second one is integer, the third one is floating, which is as it is. This is a string, this is an integer, this is a float. So what I have done, first I have printed, then I have printed as a before I first when I run it as a integers. Now second when I run it as a characters, because I've given it as integers, I've given within the quotes. Now I will remove the quotes again back. Now I'll save it back again. Now I'll run it. Let's see how the output is goes. I'll get 30 now. If you see earlier, it has given me as a 10 plus 20 because the quotes was there, inverted commas was there. Now the inverted commas has been removed. That's how the Python understand the data types. So print means it's going to print as it is. If you have a something inverted commas, print is going to do addition of 10 plus 20. If you are assigning a value to the variable and you are printing that variable, that is going to print the actual value, not going to print the variable. If you want to something just only print anything. Like, for example, I'm going to give print within the inverted commas name. So what it is going to do now, is it going to give me the value of this variable? See, earlier I have given print name, right? We are calling the variable and the variable is giving the output of value. Now, if I say print name, is it going to do something? What it is going to do? It is going to print as it is. So let me run this, save it and run it. That's all. See, name as it is. So the basic agenda I want to explain you is variables. When you give something, you have to call direct variables. You should not call them within a quotes. If you call something within a quotes, then Python consider everything as a string. It won't consider as a data type as an integer, float, or anything else. This is what the first Python program. So let me repeat. This is my first program Python. So we are going to print by using the print function. We are going to print again. If you are giving the within quotes, it will be considered as a string. Without quotes, it will take as an integer and it will give us a value. Then assigning a values to the variables. This is a value, this is a variable. And if you are printing a variable, then it will actually print the value. That's how it works. Okay, this is a really basic thing. If you are familiar with your C language, C++ in your graduation days, this is gonna be a really mind-blowing session for you. You're gonna rock. So understand each and everything. Print characters. This is what print sum of two numbers. Assigning value to the variables. Assigning value to the variables. Assigning value to the variables. You are assigning string, you are assigning integer, you are assigning float values. Now, if you have to print a variable value, give without quotes. If you have to print variable value, give without quotes. That's what. If you give with quotes, what will happen? It will print as it is. Without quotes, it will give you the value of that particular variable. I hope you guys are clear now. Let me execute this once again. That's all. Okay. Let me jump on to the second program. Now, earlier, we have seen the variables, values and variables we have assigned. Print, my name is so-and-so. It will come as an Andy. My age is age. My price is so-and-so, 25.99. So for A is equal to 50, B is equal to 20. The simple, very basic thing. Print A plus B how much? A minus B how much? A into B how much? Just trying to print something. Then sum is equal to A plus B. Difference is equal to A minus B. Prod. Multiplication. Okay. This is a division. This is a mod, which is a divisible. Okay. Module is a divisible. So then print sum. What it is going to do, this is a string as it is. Now what is the sum means? Sum is equal to A plus B. What is the value of A? 50. B 20. So it's gonna 50 plus 20, 70. What is the difference? 50 minus 20. That's how it is. That's how it calculates. It's very basic English. Now what is the print type sum? Print type. It will give you the data type of this particular result. Now let me clear it off. Let me give you a quick walkthrough again. We are assigning a values to the variables and we are printing those with the statement, printing those variables with the statement within the quotes. And then we are assigning a value to the variables and trying to print A plus B, A minus B, and then A plus B result, we are going to give it in sum. If you say print sum, it will calculate A plus B and it will give you the result. That's how the logic works and its respective data type. This section will give you data type. This section will give you the calculated result. This is actually operation is happening, but print is not happening here. The value is going to be added, subtracted, multiplication, division, all these things happening and assigning it to the values. So let me go ahead and execute this second program. What you just need to do, just click on this run Python file. So before that, I'm going to clear everything. Let me click on it and see the result. So my name is Nandi. So name Nandi, age 23. So we have printed first, right? Print everything. name, age, and name. So here I'll say student 01. I'll save it. If I change age to 41, okay. If you give the price 25.99, if you print it, then you can print those values, whatever the variables is gonna have it. A is equal to 50, B is equal to 20, all those things, all subtraction minus value. Here if you give 10 and 20, or you can say 30, 20, whatever it is as per your wish. Just understand it's a very simple thing, assigning a values to the variables, you're printing those variables, you're again assigning a values to the variables, you're just printing those sections, and again a variable is having inputs of other variables, a plus b, a minus b. These are the operations. Assigning sum of two variables, assigning difference of two variables, product of division, modules. Very easy, guys. You just need to understand a little bit of basic things and then you can run it off. So I've cleared it off again and I'm running it. Okay. Now see, my name is student1. It's a 41, 25.9, and these are the variables which have changed here, correct? Student1, 41 and 25.9. These are the things which are printing here. Now 30 plus 20, a plus b is happened, a minus b happened, correct? The sum is 50, difference, product, all these things. Now it's a data types, integer, 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 float, integer. That's all. This is my second program in a Python. A very, very basic thing, guys. Such a beautiful language to understand if you know the basics of English and few things how the Python works. That's going to really help you. Now, let me jump on to the third program. What this program is going to do is, so string. It will help you to understand what is the data type of string is going to do. String is the same thing. Within the quotes, whatever you're giving, it's going to print as it is. That's a string variable. String 1, hello world. String 2, our world. Print string 1. It's going to print the value, hello world. It's going to print, and it's going to print the data type. So this is a really, really basic thing for data type string. Okay. Now the next is very, very basic thing about integer. Okay. And then the basic data type about float. Float a value 10.99, float 2 10.99, minus 10.99, print float 1, print float 2. Now this is a Boolean. What do you mean by Boolean? Boolean means a true or false. Okay. So we are understanding here a kind of data type is a string, kind of data type is integer, kind of data type is a float, and then kind of a data type is Boolean. Okay. Let me clear it off here. Let me run it. Hello world, our world. The class is a string, right? This is a string, right? So this is the data type string. And what is the next is integer, right? So we came it as an integer here because these numbers as integers. What is the next? This is considered as a float values here. The true or false, this will be considered as a Boolean. So this is exactly the data type. This is exactly the data and data type. This is a data. This data is a string. That's why it's considered as a data type as a string. This is a integers. This is a numbers. That's why integer. This is a float values. So data type is float. True or false means Boolean. So we have covered a very, very basic things of a Python. First program, second, third, and I have one more for you, which is a dictionary. Okay, what is a list? List means it's a mutable which can be changed. Okay, list. If you give this particular bracket, if you are going to give the square list variable now within this bracket, that will be considered as a list variable. Okay, list 2 is equal to this print list. You are going to print the values. You are going to print the data type. That's all. you're going to, now the bracket is going to change. It's not like this. This is like this. Okay. Just need to focus on the type for brackets, what you're doing it. That will help you. Mutable, immutable. List is a mutable. Tuple is not mutable. Mutable means change. Immutable means in tuple you cannot change. What is a dictionary? This will be considered as a one set. Name is an AND. Key value combination. Age is, price is. That's all. In list and tuple, you can give the direct, but in the format of dictionary, you have to give key and value format. What is a set? It's again a kind of a different kind of a bracket for set variable. You can print those set and print those variables. What is a none? You won't have any kind of a brackets here. Just a none, one is equal to none, and then print those and print it data type. I hope this is clear. List, we are going to print the list. We are going to print the data type of a list. Tuple, we are going to print the value of a tuple, or how many numbers you're going to give, 10 to 50 or 1 to whatever it is. So if you want to change it here, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, list is going to have to 10 to 50, and tuple is going to have to 60 to 100, and the dictionary is going to have student 01. Okay. Now the name is a student 01, which is a string, and the age is a number, and the price float, and the price dictionary set, all these things. Okay. I hope you have gone very clear on this concept of Python now. Let me make it a clear and execute. How to do the installation, and then how to understand a variable, what is a variable, different type of variables, different types of data types, integer, float, character, Boolean, list, tuple, dictionary. Okay, this goes on a very, very important topics. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply execute it. So my expectation is 10 to 50 is gonna print here, and then respective data type 60 to 100 that gonna print, and the tuple values of a character is gonna print here. Apple, banana, cherry. Here I'll say apple under, I'll say apple, so that we can understand. Tuple banana, I'll say tuple cherry, so that I can understand, right? So here I'll say list apple, list banana, list cherry. Okay, let me save it. Let me run it across. See, I've got 10 to 50, list apple, list banana, list cherry. So this is like a data type called as a list. Why? Because of this particular bracket section. Now, next I have a 60 to 100, and now this will be considered as a tuple. Tuple is immutable, which you can't change or update. Okay. Now the name is student, and the fruit is this one, whatever it is, tuple. Now dictionary 1, dictionary 2, dictionary 1, student 1, age, student, age, price, and then dictionary 2, fruit is apple, red, and 1.9. Fruit, apple, color red, price 1.9. Okay. So this is how you should understand the values in the variables depending on the brackets. It's considered as a list, it's considered as a tuple, this is considered as a dictionary, and if this is considered as a set, and this is considered as a None if you're not giving any kind of a brackets. If I'm giving this bracket, this will be considered as a set. And if I'm giving this bracket, it will be considered as a dictionary. If you are giving in a key value format, this will be considered as a dictionary. If you are giving the same bracket and just the numbers, it will be considered as a set. Okay, that's all you have to understand. List, you have a separate bracket. Tuple, you have a different bracket. Dictionary, yeah, dictionary and set has the same kind of a bracket, but here it's a key value format. Here there is a no key value format. That's all the difference between dictionary and set. I hope this is very clear. This is the really basic things of a Python to understand, so that you can get some basic knowledge about a Python. How to install a Python, I have covered it, and some basic things about a Python. Let me have a quick recap, whatever the things that have been covered so far for you guys. So direct statement printing, assigning a value to the variables and printing those variables under data types. Okay. Now, what is the second program has covered? The same thing almost. Values of those variables gonna print, and whatever the subtraction sum is equal to a plus b difference. And what is the third one? Different types of string, integer, float. Okay. And the Boolean. Boolean is talking about true or false. And what is the fourth one is talking about? The same different kind of values to the variables depending on the brackets. It will be considered as a list, it will be considered as a tuple, it will be considered as a dictionary, it will be considered as a set, it will be considered as a none. The minor difference between dictionary and set you need to observe is the brackets remains the same, but in dictionary, the values should be key value format. Here, it's a direct value. Okay. Apart from this, all looks good. I hope you guys got a basic understanding of a Python. This session is for really important for the freshers who are about to start their careers in terms of basic learnings of a Python. Thank you very much. Please click on like and subscribe my channel. I'll come up with a more important videos which is going to really help you in terms of learning. Thank you very much. Appreciated your support. Thank you guys. Please click on like and subscribe. Thank you.